Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Healthy Profits Podcast. Today, we're going to be diving into how to make a podcast that people actually want. So you see the problem all the time is that people are running into this issue of health being this thing that is so boring and stale and dry. And most of the time, people don't even understand the language that health professionals are using. So as a health or wellness entrepreneur who's using podcasting as a source of marketing or even revenue inside of your company, you got to figure out this hack, which is taking a boring topic.
And maybe not boring, but complex and can turn into boring
for those that aren't educated on it.
Totally.
And turning it into something that is captivating and exciting and entertaining. And most of all, fun for both you, the podcast host, but also your listeners.
And one thing that we want to emphasize when it comes to making content, it's a bummer in the United States, the average median content education and what people consume has to be at a 5th grade level.
Wow.
And so when it's at
That's
a 5th
young.
grade, it's very young. And even though you're talking to a health and wellness audience, we want to keep that in mind, especially when we're talking about how we can make our subjects simple and full of what we'd call edutainment. So we're going to go through this today. I want to make sure that we keep it simple because I've noticed that we get a little techie sometimes.
Oh, dang.
Too.
A call out. All right.
Call out. Yeah. So one of the things that I noticed too, this is a great example of what I saw when we brought edutainment and fun back into health and wellness. And we've mentioned her before, but our infamous JJ Virgin, she knows how to have some fun. This woman literally infused parties and themes and ideas into the health and wellness space that brought fun and edutainment back into what could be a very, very complex and dry space. And it was really cool to see. So
Totally.
I was front line. And in fact, I was the instigator for that as well.
Right.
But
as the DJ, for those of you that are listening, that Sammy's connection to JJ from the start was actually that Sammy was the fun maker at these parties and at these events. And so we don't want you guys to be the dull, overcomplicated health professionals. We know how important your message is to get out into the world. We've experienced it firsthand. We've seen our friends and family and loved ones need your wisdom, and we want to help you take that wisdom and make it digestible. So we have 3 tips, right?
3. We have 3 simple ones. We want to keep this really simple. One of the things you can do inside your episode, and this is what we love seeing, is you can have a great health debate.
Dun, dun, dun.
And it's somebody that's a great example of this. The great health debate would be Dave Asprey. This guy knows how to get super into your mind about hating oatmeal, not using certain things on your skin, or just saying stuff that will get you going, oh my God, what are you talking about? And even using him to debate in your show. Do you believe that Dave Asprey would say something like this, right? He is so controversial in a fun way, but that's what we call the great health debate. And you can even bring somebody on in a playful way on your show and do a debate, right?
Absolutely.
Super fun. Like I know that there's fun people that are like, you know what? I'm not sure I would do a coffee enema. And there's other people that would be like, oh my God, I would totally do that. So those types of conflicting ideologies are really fun to have in your show. Yeah. And there's a myriad of ways you can do that in a playful way. That's one.
Yeah. And I think it's important to talk about doing it in a playful way because sometimes that example of creating controversy can be edgy or dark or even annoying in some ways.
Totally.
And so I think doing it in that light, playful way is going to attract a listener in a way where they're like, oh, I can listen to this and it's uplifting with whatever side they land on. Another way that you can use fun and this bring in storytelling into your podcast is by talking about your wellness mishaps or misadventures. So we've all been there. We've all done that where we've tried to do something like a wellness experiment or something that we've heard, maybe even something that we've seen on social media. And then it just ends up going hilariously wrong. I mean, talk about coffee enemas. there are many stories that I think could be shared. And there's so many ways that you can share both your personal experience or also, again, have guests. If you do have a guest, ask that type of question that brings out these funny stories of failed attempts,
Oh,
of
yeah.
especially these health hacks. Some of them, I'll just go right to the point, poop. Some of them are go talk about poop and all this stuff. And that's like such a thing that no one wants to really talk about, but everyone wants to listen to.
It's a taboo one.
And it's taboo. And so go into those very human elements, even though you are this highly regarded health practitioner or
Well, body
doctor or
functions are funny.
celebrity. Like body functions, there's so much you can play off of.
Absolutely. Well, I
Get
think of
into
too of
those.
like Sinclair and her show.
Yes.
Yeah, when she had her show, she does all these things with worms and the things that come out of your body, and people love that. In her
Yeah.
carousel reels, you'll see it. You'll be like, swipe left if you dare.
If you dare.
If you dare. But it is a fun way to just take the topic of what's happening with these beautiful bodies of ours. Sometimes they do really weird things. And that's why you guys are in the health and wellness profession. And another great example of this is Tony Yoon. If you haven't seen Tony Yoon, his carousel reels and his Instagram reels are hysterical. And he just puts himself on a green screen and has reaction videos to what's happening. Popping pimples, weird breast jobs, or crazy things that people have done to their bodies, get stuck doing.
Whoa.
But he has so much fun doing it, and you just can't take your eye off of it. It's a really hysterical way to do it, and that is all in the health mishap world, which it's hysterical. You got to check those out. I think, and then the last one that I really like too is this is a fun way to really find kind of edgy ideas, and that would be health hackathons or health hacks that people have tried. One of the things that was so viral back in the day, if you remember, they did the ice bucket challenge, and now people are just doing ice baths. I love those. I love a cold plunge, but health hacks that you may have not thought were mainstream. I'm thinking obviously coffee enemas is one that really rings so true to our hearts.
Oh boy, let's not get personal here.
But health hacks, things that you want to use. I mean, there's hysterical ones. I know there's people that sun their bums and do crazy things that you would be like, what are you talking about? But I would never have thought doing a cold plunge was something that was good, but that was one of those health hacks that I saw. There was also the celery juice, trying to do celery juice every day to lose weight.
Oh, I did that.
Yeah, you totally did that.
It was great. I did that for years.
See, and that was a health hack. That was one that really stuck. And if you look inside of any of the platforms from Instagram to TikTok and you search in the filters of things like health hacks, you will get so many ideas on things that you can cover that are funny and fun that will really hook your listeners and make your show and make the things that you're covering in your show fun. I think about Betty Murray's Menopause Mastery, the funny things that happen to women that I would never have known, and the health hacks that you guys need to do when you have hot flashes and when you guys have the hormones going crazy and the stuff that you guys do to hack that part of your lives, So I think there's a lot to be said about just finding interesting hacks and talking about them.
Yeah, absolutely. So we want to empower you guys listening to this episode. We just gave you 3, but really, I think there was like 5 or 6 ideas in how you can bring more fun, more play, more charisma even into your podcast. So choose one, record it, see how it goes, even tag us in it. Let us know that you put it out there with this intention, and tell us how this goes. Tell us how your listeners respond to it, and see for yourself too. And you might also notice it's more fun for you too, which we all know that's so important as entrepreneurs, to be having fun and enjoying the experience of working and expanding and putting yourself out there. There's so many parts of business that are dry and dull that you have to do. I don't think podcasting should be one of those. I do think it should be a fun thing.
Oh, totally.
So even if you're stressed out or worried or have other things on your plate, like getting into that fun state and just being that creator, being yourself, sharing your stories,
And I think too, going deep, having fun. Literally, I'm wearing something that I wear all the time. This is like, an outfit, a weird thing. I know a lot of the
AKA,
people,
for those of you that aren't watching the video, a sequiny, purpley pink, furry, long coat.
dude,
This is what Sammy is wearing right now.
Fabulous.
By the way.
So you guys have fun with your podcasting. We'll come back next week with another incredible episode here at the Healthy Profits Podcast. But until then, go have fun. Tag us in something weird. Send us a picture of your poop. We don't care. Whatever you're doing.
No, don't send us that. Send that to your health professionals.
We are your health profession. Don't send that to us. Sorry. We'll see you guys next week.
Send us your episodes. Bye.
Now that was a great episode. Thanks for joining us and tuning in to the Healthy Profits Podcast.
Sammy and I are here to help you turn your health podcast into a treasure trove of opportunity for your listeners and your business. So join us twice a week as we unleash our favorite tips and strategies that have helped our clients at Evolve Podcasting turn their show into a thriving part of their business.
And make sure you subscribe and listen in as each episode builds upon each other. And I know that you're a generous leader, so make sure you share this podcast with your fellow wellness entrepreneurs so we can all grow together.
Until next time, stay healthy and keep thriving.
Bye.
Bye.